Well, good morning, and welcome back to our pilgrimage through the summer with the Institute for Priestly Formation. Today is day 51 of our pilgrimage together, and throughout the church across the world, we celebrate the life of St. Bonaventure, a great Franciscan and a bishop and doctor of the church. Today on campus, we have the two programs that are really moving into the last laps of the summer. The seminarians in the 10-week summer program continue their course on the liturgy, which is really a synthesis of the entire summer. And today, the seminarians will continue to press into some of the spiritual exercises and disciplines that they will need when they transition out of the summer back into the seminary that will help them guard the graces that they received from the Lord during the summer. Today, the men on the 30-day retreat are on day 18 of their pilgrimage with the Lord. And on day 18, the stretch of the retreat that the 30-day men are on is probably one of the more difficult stretches of the retreat. Oftentimes, it's not because of the intensity of what's being received. Oftentimes, it's not because of the personal invasion of the Lord in our hearts. Oftentimes, when you reach day 18 of the retreat, it's because you're just in a new rhythm of life. You're just barely halfway. Still have several weeks left. And yet you've been in the retreat for several weeks. And it's around day 18, 19 that I remember on my own retreat, and after directing the 30-day retreat for now 10 years, I have seen it happen in so many retreatants, that when you hit day 18, you begin to think about lots of things other than the things that are in front of you. You begin to anticipate the end of the retreat, wondering what it's going to be like to be back home. You begin to reminisce about the early days of the retreat, thankful for the graces that God gave you. You begin to think about what led you to the retreat and what is life going to be like after the retreat. It's just real hard to be present to the present moment. Some of it is just because of the fatigue of praying 4 to 5 hours a day and now doing it for 17 days prior. And as you wake up on the 18th day, sometimes it can be a little difficult to just kind of continue on there. And so today, around day 18, 19 in the past, I have encouraged the retreatants to just be present to the present moment. As they are following Jesus in the life of Christ, perhaps they find themselves in the multiplication of the loaves and fish, or perhaps they find themselves in the Mount of the Beatitudes. And oftentimes around this stretch of the retreat, although we never know what God's going to do, it's rather ordinary, and it's just following Jesus in his ordinary life. And so if you were at IPF, we would encourage you to be present to the present moment. Oftentimes, in the past, when I have directed the 30-day, I often ask the men, well, what are you looking for in the future? What are you reminiscing about in the past? What are you looking for when you're not in the present moment? So many times Jesus is right in front of us. He's in the midst of our ordinary life, and yet we find ourselves drifting, thinking about other things. And there can be a little seduction, a little luring us into those other places as if we'll find happiness and then we'll find Jesus with us. Or maybe because the present moment is just filled with the ordinary and the mundane. It's not as existentially stimulating for us as what we hope and dream those other events will be like. And so we conjure up in our mind that there'll be more consolation waiting for us then, or reminding ourselves of times when we had more consolation in the past. When in reality, today is what we have. And today, just like the retreatants are with Jesus, Jesus is with you. And we don't have to be anywhere in order to be with Jesus, who's always with us. Today is also the 15th of July, right in the middle of the week, right in the middle of July. It's hot back home. The summer is kind of inching into its peak with the weather, and the summer is certainly peaking in its just drawl throughout the dog days. Today's a rather ordinary day, and maybe there's nothing exceptional happening in your life other than the fact that God is utterly present to you. right now, today, as you're driving, as you drove home, as you're at work or at school or on vacation or just looking at the kids or just dealing with unexpected things of life. God is with you. Let's not think about vacation right now. Let's not wish we were somewhere else today. Today, God is with you. Just be present to him. And as we ask for that grace, we'll find what we're looking for now as we dream about things in the future. Today, let's ask for the grace to be present to the present moment. God bless you.